do a 30-minute flow for your root chakra. So it's going to be nice and slow. We're going to really focus on the feelings and the sensations in our body, stabilizing the legs and finding balance. So when we root down, we can rise up. So optional to have a weight nearby. We're not going to use it for any arm exercises. It just can be helpful in pressing in and creating more stabilization in the body and more focus when we're doing some of the moves. So if you want to have that nearby, great. You don't need it though, so let's get started. We're going to start off in child's pose. So take your knees wide apart, lean back onto the heels, and walk your hands forward till your chest and your forehead come down towards the mat. Really pressing into the hands, engaging the upper back, feeling your shoulders engage. Maybe feeling your chest open a little. Really take a moment to get in touch with your breath. Feel the sensations in your body and notice all points of contact with the earth below you. Deep inhales through the nose, sigh out through the nose. Begin to press yourself up onto all fours. Equal weight into both hands, stacked beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Pressing into the hands to engage the shoulders, pressing into the feet and the legs to engage the low body, and pulling the abs up and in. Tuck the toes under, press into the hands, straighten the legs, bringing your tailbone up towards the sky. You might need to step back a little bit to create more space for you in this pose. And just start working with the legs by bending one knee and then the other, bringing your heels toward the earth and then back up. Just kind of working into the back of the hamstrings until you come to stillness, really pressing into the hands. Tailbone up towards the sky. Nice deep breaths in downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat, walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Bring your hands to your side. Focus your attention on pressing your feet down and pulling them apart till you feel the outer side of your thighs ignite. Pulling your tailbone forward. We don't want our butt out. We don't want our hips pressed forward. We want to create a nice line of energy through our feet, up through our trunk, out the fingertips, shoulders down away from the ears, rooting down, and keeping this base. Inhale the arms up overhead, exhale forward, inhale half lift, plant your hands on the mat, step or jump back to your plank, lower all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, press back to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths here.
Lift the right leg high to the sky. Flex the right foot, pressing your foot back, pressing into the hands like all of your energy is going out your foot. Bend the right knee, pull the right knee into the chest and place the right foot down at the top of the mat. Inhale the arms down, around, and up. Option to take the weight here. And holding. Really pressing into both feet. Like pressing the mat into two. One's pressing forward, one's pressing back. Deep bend in that front knee. Pulling energetically the right hip back and pressing the left hip forward till you come to an equal squared hips. And we're going to hold here for a little bit longer. We're focusing on the body, focusing on our ground. If you're wobbling all over the place, this could indicate you're too on your head. Bring your attention into the feet. Work your attention from the ground up. Nice deep breaths. And bring your hands to your chest, bend that back knee, step forward to the top of your mat. Straighten the legs. You can place the weight down if you're using it. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Pull the feet apart, activate the legs. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Mount Katasana. You are strong. You are grounded. Find strength in this pose. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, dip or jump back to your plank. Lower to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, press your hips down. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Lift the left leg high to the sky this time. Flex the left foot, pressing energy out the heel, out the crown of the head. Bend that knee, pull it into your chest and plant the left foot down. Option to take the weight. Inhale the arms up. Pressing both feet into the mat, pulling the mat in two. Pressing your right heel back. Bend into that left knee. Strong foundation. We can just hang out here and kind of not work anything, or we can press our hands up. Pull our hips into the hip sockets. Bend into that front leg. Press the toes into the mat. Press the palms of all surfaces of your foot into the mat. Find steadiness. Find strength. Find structure.
Take your hands to the center of chest, bend that back knee, step forward, straighten the legs. Option to drop the weight. Inhale the arms down, round and up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Mountain Tadasana. Bring that long line of energy, grounding the feet down. Take a moment to close your eyes. Do a scan of the body. Keeping that presence in every finger, toe, arm, leg. Notice your connection to the earth. We can slurp up red energy from the roots below us. Call it in to ground us, to strengthen us. Take your hands to prayer. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Exhale, bend the knees. Take your hands to the center of your chest. Press the hands together in front of your sternum, shoulders down and back. Pull the feet apart from one another. Weight into the heels. Katasana, chair pose. This is a great pose to ignite our root chakra and really charge up our legs. Notice if your butt is out, you're not activating your core, you want to pull it forward. Pull the belly up and in. Rip the mat in two with your legs. Straighten the legs, fold forward. Take a moment to catch your breath, maybe taking a little rock back and forth, weight into the toes, and then into the heels. Planting your hands either on the mat or taking them to blocks. Ground the right foot into the earth. Lift the left leg high to the sky for standing split. You're probably going to want to open the hip and lift your foot as high as it can go. But I'm going to ask you to turn your left hip, and your left knee to face the mat. Flex the left foot and press it only as high as you can without turning it open. And really lift that foot as high as you can, feeling the back of the leg activate. Really pressing into the hands to create structure and foundation. More balance in this pose. Breathing here, you can have a slight bend in the supporting leg. Allows the energy to easily flow through the leg and into the body. Long line of energy out the left heel. Pressing as if someone's pulling that leg away from you. Notice if you're allowing it to waver and press it up. Stay strong. You can do this.
You might feel your legs start to shake. Just a few more breaths. And release. Fold forward. Relax the neck and the upper body. Maybe grab onto opposite elbows and let your upper body hang forward over the legs. Nice deep breath. Noticing the sensations in your body. Inhale the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Mountain Katasana. Find your center. Calling on that red energy. Flow through your feet and energize the body. Rooting your connection to the earth. Inhale the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands either on the mat or to blocks. Ground the left foot this time. Lift the right foot high to the sky. Not opening up the hip, but turning the right hip bone and the right knee to face the mat. Flex the right foot. Pressing into the hands and lifting the right foot up as if you're pressing out the heel. Breathing through it. Lift that leg. Press out that heel, feeling that energy shaking. And release that leg down. Forward fold. Relax the neck. Release the arms. Nice deep breaths. Inhale the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Mountain Katasana. Option to take the weight if you want, otherwise just having your hands at prayer at the center of your chest. Ground into the right foot, gently lifting the left heel. Step the left foot back, placing the left heel on the mat. You want your toes facing slightly outward. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. Press the feet away. You can lift your hands overhead. Keep them at prayer, heart center.
Straighten that front leg. Step forward to the top of the mat. Bring the weight up overhead. Round into the left foot, lifting the right foot slightly off the mat, and gently stepping back to warrior one. Just like we did on the other side, we want the right heel on the mat, toes facing slightly outwards, deep bend in the front knee, both hips facing forward, pressing them feet apart, hands to the center of the chest or up overhead, holding here. And remember what we talked about in Root Chakra 101 about containment and holding with the flower pot. We want to have strength, stability, and grounding to keep us upright. We can't be too loose and all over the place, but we can't be too tight and too rigid either. It's finding that balance of holding the muscles in and allowing them to waver. Straighten that front leg. Slight bend, step forward. Really nice. You can put the weight down if you were using it. Take your feet slightly wider than hip width apart with your toes facing 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Take your hands to the center of your chest. Press everything inward. Slowly drop the tailbone down between the two heels, pressing your elbows into the inside of your knees. Option to take a block beneath your tailbone if it is too intense on your muscles and your current flexibility. I can just kind of hang out here, but we don't want to do that. Press into the outer edges of your feet to press yourself up. Engage the legs, pressing down, pressing inward. Close off the eyes. What do you see? What do you feel in the body? Everything is engaged. And relax back. Allow yourself to sit down. Take your legs out in front of you. Press the thighs down. Flex the feet. You're going to feel your knees drop down closer to the mat. Press your tailbone down. You might want to shift back and forth to find evenness between two legs. Inhale the arms high overhead and fold forward, but only as far as you can without bringing a bend in the back. So you want to think of having your shoulders squeezing a pencil between the two blades. And reach. Keeping those legs active, pressing them down into the earth, flexing those feet, envisioning energy coming out the heels, belly up and in. And relax forward over the legs.
Nice, deep, rejuvenating breaths.
Press into the mat, come up. Inhale the arms overhead once more and do that again where we fold forward till we come to our edge. Activating the legs. Pressing out the heels, pressing into the earth. And release forward, maybe taking hold of the feet here. Slowly press yourself up to seated. Bring a bend in the knees and gently allow yourself to roll back one vertebra at a time until your torso is connecting with the earth. Bring your heels close in towards your tush. Press into the feet, lift the hips up. Press your hands and your arms down, creating a foundation to lift a little higher. The more you press down, the higher you can lift the hips. Bridge pose. Squeezing the thighs together here. Don't forget to breathe. And relax the hips down. Take your feet a little wider apart, allowing the knees to fall into. Let your feet come long down the mat. Let your feet fall open. Let your arms fall open. Place the hands face down, palms to the earth for grounding. And let everything go. Allow your muscles to soften, to relax. Take this time to really feel into the body. Notice the sensations you've created. How do you feel different from the start of the practice to now? Begin to bring awareness back into the body. Wiggle the hands and the feet. Take a deep stretch overhead. And begin to roll onto one side and gently bring yourself up to a seated position. I know this was a slower practice that forced you to get into your body and maybe created a lot of discomfort where you might have wanted to get out of a pose before it was done. So congrats for making it this far. The next chakras will be a lot faster flowing. This is just a very earthy, heavy, slow type of work when we're working with the root chakra. So I want you to close your eyes, envision red light rushing up through the earth into the body, and say a mantra with me today to close off our practice, and that is, I deserve to be here. Take your hands to forehead center. Together we bow and say namaste. See you in the next one.